Okay, welcome back to the part 2. I think you did do the next 3 so that you can be on it now, be ready to prove congruency. In other words, let's see how do they get angle, side angle. We'll have to prove that. Let's see how they get angle, angle, side, and then hypotenuse and a length. Right. Now, my advice to you is have your crayons, have your colored pens. They'll make life easy for you. Sometimes it will make life easy for you. For example, in this triangle, we are given that this angle equals to this one. Right? We are also given this angle is equals to that one. That's all we have. What else do you have? What else can you say? So you've got those two. You've got those two. You've got those two. Let's see. And we need 3. We need 3. Let's see. And then let's work what we are given, what we have. Let's work with what we're given and see where it will take us. Right. Now, in triangle RSU, and triangle TSU. Let's look for those 3 conditions. Right? This angle here, RSU. This angle here, which is made by, you look for your first letter. Your first letter is R. Your middle letter is S, U. So when you look for an angle, you see your first letter and your last letter, when they meet at S. So that is the angle we are talking about. Because some of us, we struggle with naming of angles. RSU. Here are your fingers, so they meet at S. Therefore, angle RSU is equal to angle SUT. But you know, in geometry, you must give a statement and a reason. What is your reason? You are given. That's what you are given. That's what you are told. Right. Again, we continue now. There is another angle here. RUS. The first letter R, the last letter S. U is the middle. RUS. Angle RUS equals to your last letter or your first letter, TSU. Because I know some of us, we've got challenges with naming of angles. But what is the reason? We are also given. So far we've got 2 conditions. We've got an angle. Now we need a 3rd condition. Now, are you given anything further? Nothing. You don't know which side you are not given, therefore you cannot assume. Even if they look like they're equal, you cannot assume that they are equal. What is left? Compare these 2 triangles. Is there anything? Yes, there is this side called SU, which is a common side. So SU, side SU on this triangle is the same side. That's why we say it's common. Therefore, there you are ultimately a side. You've got your 3 conditions now. Correct, you do the 3 conditions. You can therefore say, therefore, triangle R, they always need to be corresponding. That's very, very important. R, and then we go to the triangle below, which is U, angle below, and then we'll go up, which is S. Congruent, our sign, this is our sign for congruent. Same thing, which angle is equals to R in this side is angle T. Which angle in this side is equals to angle U? The red one is angle S. And then the last one, the green one. Therefore, that is how you answer this kind of questions. And of course, you get recognized, okay, you've got your 1 mark there, which is your statement and reason. Sometimes it can be 2 or half-half. But your statement is correct, your reason is correct. Your statement is correct, your reason is correct. Your statement is correct, your reason is correct. Why are they congruent? Angle, side. So depending if your mark is half-half, then you can say 1, 2, 3, 4. Or this question can be between 4 to 6 marks. That's what you have to do. You remember your question there. You remember there was this question. How can you prove triangles are congruent? Now we are busy answering that question now. We are busy answering that question, proving they are congruent. We are busy proving. We are answering that question. Yes, the first one is covered now. Let's go and look at the second one. Let's go and look at the second one. Let's go and look at the second one. Like I said to your grounds, always in mathematics, the information is there. You just have to tell us mathematically what you see and the relationships. And it's also important to read the information given. Now, when we look here, what are we having? We are given this side equals to this one. We are given all that. What else are you given? We are given this angle equals to this side. So my crayons or my colored pens will remind me. What else are we given? Nothing else is given. What is the relationship between the two? Now you start saying, okay, in triangle VXW, in triangle VXW and triangle, we said VXW, we said ZXY. Let's see what is happening. Let's analyze these two triangles. Let's analyze them. What we have. Right. Number one, you are given in that side VW is equals to side ZY. How do you know? It's given. That's why it's important to read all the information. Most of the time, the information and the answers are here. It's just a matter of understanding, analyzing, and focusing, looking at the relationship. That's about all. I mean, you are writing what is there. You are just telling mathematically, interpreting the figure for us. What else do you have? Again, that angle. This angle, the middle letter is W, so it's VWX. VWX. V, middle letter, WX. That is your angle. Then, okay, we say, okay, angle VWX is equals to the Y, which will be ZYX, equal to ZYX. But how do you know that they're equal? You are given. So you see, you are given. All the time information is there. You just show us mathematically that what is there. You explain to us, you get the marks, 3 marks, everything is there. Right. Now what else we've given? That's about it, nothing else. If that's the case, now let's look, let's analyze the triangle. We know that side is equal to that side, that angle is equal to that angle. We are not sure yet, because we are not given, they're equal, therefore we cannot assume they're equal. The sides, nothing about those sides. So what else do we know? Oh, there is this angle and this angle. They are opposite each other. Those angles are opposite each other. And they are vertically opposite. Therefore, that angle, your first letter, middle letter, and your last letter, VXW. Okay, angle VXW is equal to angle ZXY. That one. ZXY. ZXY. The middle one. ZXY. But what is the reason? They are vertically opposite. Vertically opposite. So we need to know our theorems. It's important to know our theorems. And that's it. Now we've got three conditions. You see here, it's a side. Here, it's an angle. Here, it's an angle. So sometimes you'll find yourself, you've started with this angle and that. Then we can say AAS. Or if you started with a side like this, you can say side, angle, side. Or you can say side, angle. It depends, side, angle, I'm sorry. It depends where you've started. We can now therefore remember what question we are answering. Remember which question are we answering. How can you prove that triangles are congruent? That's a question that we are busy answering. Right? So now we've got three conditions. 1, 2, 3. We can now safely say, therefore, triangle, remember the order must be V, X, W, corresponding. V is corresponding to that one. X is common. W to Y. VXW is congruent to triangle W. W equals to Y. X is common. W, X, V. But why? Why are they congruent? Why? Because you've just proven three conditions, side, angle, and an angle. So we are revising, preparing you for your final examination, preparing you for your common task in 8 and 9, your congruency. All right? Good. Now let's continue. Let's continue now. Again, let's not distract you so that we can focus on few figures. Right. Let's look at this one now. You analyze, you've got your triangles there. What triangles do you have? We are dealing with this one. What triangles we have? In triangles, that is triangles in front of you. In triangle MQN, triangle MQN, and triangle, always try to make them corresponding. Q and a Q, the base angle is there with the base angle. Therefore, triangle PQN. Always try to make them corresponding. It makes life so easy. After all, they are corresponding. So they've got that relationship. Let's maintain that relationship. Now we start now. What is in front of you? Look what picture do you have? Explain the picture for us. Interpret the picture for us. What picture do you have? I see you are giving that side equals to that side. That's what I see. I also see 90 degrees. That's all that is given. That is about all. Therefore, Start from what you know to what you don't know. All right? Now we start now. The side MN equal to side NP. How do you know? It's there, it's given with that sign. That sign, same sign, it means they're equal. That's a mathematical language. It's given. What else do you know? NQN. N, first letter, last, they meet at Q. NQN, remember, NQN. Therefore, which is 90 degrees. And angle NQM equals to 90 degrees. This side also NQP equals to 90 degrees. How do you know you are given? It's a given. It's given. It's there. The information is there. It's for you to learn your mathematical language so that you can tell us mathematically. What else are we given? Nothing else. But now let's compare the two figures. We need now to compare the triangle on the right and the triangle on the left. Do they have any relationship? Yes. What is the relationship? NQ is common. NQ is common. Right. Therefore, you've got your side, you've got your angle of 90 degrees, you've got your side. Or we can even here say your hypotenuse. Hypotenuse. Therefore, we can safely say triangle MQN. Triangle MQN is congruent to triangle PQN. Why? It's up to you. It's up to you. You can say hypotenuse and a length. Hypotenuse and a length. It's up to you. You can say hypotenuse and a length, or you can say here angle side. So you can say side angle side. That's about all. Therefore, your three conditions are holding. So we see the first questions differently. We understand questions differently. We will answer them differently. Yes, of course, we might answer the same way. So what is important is looking at the condition. Okay, let's look at the last one now. Let's look at the last one. Triangle FLG. In triangle FLG and triangle, that's FLG, J, triangle JKH. Let's see what we have. What are we given? Angle F equals to angle J equals 90 degrees. We've got the right hand. We are given angle G equals to angle K. What else do we have? We've got angle L equals to angle H. Right, what else we have? That's about that. So you've got an angle there, you've got an angle here, you've got an angle here, you've got an angle here, you've got an angle here. So it's not necessarily congruent. It can be, but not necessarily congruent. In other words, we work with our conditions. The three conditions, angles, it might be, it might not. It might be, it might not, but we need to work at our four conditions. That's very, very important. Right. We have spoken about, we have just done this one. And quickly remind ourselves, let's remind ourselves of similarity. Similarity, same shape, different size. Congruency, same shape, same size. Same shape, same size. Similarity, same shape, different size. So for us to prove that the polygons are similar, we need to prove that corresponding angles are equal. Your corresponding angles are equal. Your corresponding angles are equal. Corresponding angles equal. They are based on the same position, more or less. They are based, let me remind you, when you go to parallel lines, you remember when you go to parallel lines, when you speak about corresponding angles, if the sides are parallel, let's understand, let's remind ourselves basically about this corresponding angle. We are talking about this angle and this angle. What do you mean corresponding? This is what we mean. Here is your transverse. Right? Here is your transversal line. Here is your transversal line. Now, corresponding. What do you mean by corresponding? One, they are both on the right-hand side of the transverse. Number one, they've got that in common. Secondly, they are below the parallel lines. They are on the right and below. So the position, hence we are saying it's corresponding. So we cannot say this one is corresponding to this one. You see the position. This one is not corresponding to that one. But the blue ones are corresponding because what is the relationship? They are both on the left of the transversal line. They are also below the parallel line. So it's important. Position-wise, they are at the same kind of position, or we say corresponding. That's very, very important. So it's the same thing. Always look for corresponding angles are equal, and the corresponding sides that are in proportion. Corresponding sides are in the same proportion. So those are the two conditions. If corresponding angles are equal, then the figures are similar. If the corresponding sides are in proportion, then they are similar. Like we said when we spoke about the congruency. Congruency. Remember that. Okay, that was just your similarity there. Right. Now here is a question. We did it in a previous presentations, but I'm giving you an opportunity again to look at this question. Right? And it assists us in terms of the information given is crucial. So it's important to read each and every information that is given, right? And of course, my crayons, the picture. I want to get the picture. What is the picture here? Number one, ABCD is a rectangle. Remember what I said, the properties of a rectangle. So it tells me already I mark it. This is 90 to remind me. Already it tells me this side is equal to this side. It's already telling me this side is equal to this side. It also tells me the opposite sides are parallel. So you see, I'm making life easy for me. H and F are midpoints. So it tells me this side is equal to this side already. Right? That one is a midpoint. It tells me this side is equal to this side. You see now? Now my picture is getting clearer now. You see? I see a lot of congruent pictures here. Right? And then, that's the information I am having. Now they're saying to you, AE is 9 centimeters. Just make so that you can see it in front of you, which is equal to DG, which is 9 centimeters. And the whole of side AB is 44. If AB is 44, then AE plus EB should give you 44. So AE is 9 centimeters, then you'll be able to get your EB. Your EB will be equals to 35. So this is 35 centimeters. So I've got that kind of information already. So I've assisted you now. Work on it. I've given you some pictures. Go in on yourself. And while we're busy working on it, we'll be preparing for the part 2 now. We'll be preparing for the part 2. We'll be coming to the part 2 after this one. Just go through it and I'll come back and go through it with you.